Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life. This is Craig.
Hello, how you doing?
And we are at Frankie's Patriot BBQ. So let's go in and take a tour. Craig here is the owner, he's an entrepreneur, and let's find out a little bit more about it.
Come on in.
All right. By the way, so where is it that we're located here?
We're at 6250 Ulmerton Road, Clearwater, Florida, 33760. Our website is Frankie's Patriot BBQ.com. Our email is frankie'spatriotbbq@gmail.
Okay, so, and barbecue is spelled BBQ. There is a link in the description. And this video is kind of a follow-up. We tried to do this live. We ended up not having a good enough connection. So here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this place was inspired, and we did an interview, which I'll link to it in this video here as well.
Yes.
We did an interview about your inspiration for this. It was your son,
Yes.
who was killed in action.
Yes.
And you've turned this place into an amazing place that has that as a focus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that your interview showed the scope
Mm-hmm.
of all of the stuff here.
Yeah.
So tell us just a little bit about that, and maybe show us a couple of items.
Sure. Well, you know, we're not just about barbecue. Frankie's Patriot Barbecue was opened in honor of my son, Corporal Frank Robert Gross, who was killed 16 July 2011. And if you look over here, this wall over here, there's a lot of memorabilia that points out to Frankie's life.
Mm-hmm,
And some of his own personal artwork.
Now, he was
Yes.
a gamer.
He was a gamer.
And
Yes.
in fact, you said he went to Full Sail University?
Went to Full Sail University and actually had his master's degree in business, but his minor was computer digital design and everything.
He sounds like a lot of us.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so this is him here?
that's Corporal Frank Robert Gross, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so now he's an artist too.
He was a fabulous artist. This is actually the last piece of artwork that he did, which was called The Final Mission. And this piece of artwork actually won an award in a veterans art show just last month. And
Okay.
so everything here, there's a story behind everything. Of course, for time's sake, we can't tell everything about it. But this piece of artwork here was done by Michael Reagan, who is a famous portrait artist in the United States of America. And he actually did this portrait of Frankie for free. And it was just a couple of months after Frankie was killed in action that he sent this to us, totally unsolicited. So you can see the detail in this. And
Yeah.
he does these all himself, does it freehand. And I mean, it looks like a photograph.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
So now you're an entrepreneur. It's a restaurant here and everything, and it's just as this happens to be the inspiration for it.
Correct.
But give us a little bit of a tour of the place.
Okay. Well, if you look around, you'll see the walls are actually filled with military memorabilia.
Yeah, in
and,
fact.
And I want to just point out a couple things. This is the Vietnam Wall, kind of like we call
okay.
the Vietnam Wall. All of these soldiers have served in Vietnam, and many of them are still with us. This gentleman right here was actually, he lost his right arm the very first day that he was in combat in Vietnam.
Wow.
He happens to be my next door neighbor. But there's a story once again behind every picture. These boots are actually from the Honor Guard from back in the 1960s. The gentleman that wore these boots was in the Honor Guard at Arlington National Cemetery, and he walked along the tomb of the unknown soldier. These boots have a great deal of significance. Okay, so once again, everything has a meaning. These are some of our military coins. These are challenge coins, and if you go online and look up what the meaning of the challenge coin is, and probably one of my most prized challenge coins is this one right here, which came from the 30th anniversary of the Special Operations Command, which started back in 1987. People will talk about special ops. Well, they only started back 30 years ago. And these are the elite soldiers, and so that's really my.
That's pretty neat. We actually have coins in the video game industry as well.
Oh, awesome!
Typically, like for one of the games, Shroud of the Avatar, if you go to their studios, they will give you one of those coins, and if you don't show it again later when you come back, you owe them a drink.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, or if they ask you for it and you do show it, they owe you a drink.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's very, very typical even of the military.
Mhm.
So this is just basically the dining area of the restaurant.
Mhm.
And, you know, we've got a lot of memorabilia. We have memorabilia that goes back to the Civil War.
There's a couple things here. Yes, we're in America. We've got guns.
Yes, this is not a gun-free zone.
Right, right. And what is with the money?
Okay, soldiers that come in here who have served or are currently serving, veterans and whatnot, they actually sign these dollar bills,
Mhm.
and then we hang them on the wall.
Okay.
As a way of honoring the soldiers that have served our country. Some people come in here and actually they sign their grandfather's name or their uncle's name or their father's name to the dollar bill, but we do not let any civilian sign dollar bills. We don't, you know, it's not that we don't want them. We're appreciative if somebody wants to sign a dollar bill, give it to us. We'll put that in the office inside. But these are all just for veterans only.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. So, what? Now you're doing barbecue here.
Yes.
Let's start the process of the food.
Okay.
Like where it arrives and how it goes all the way through to getting it to the customer.
Okay. Well, let's go back to the kitchen.
Okay.
And we receive all of our orders. Usually we get a couple trucks a week. And this is our employee Ken, putting the groceries away.
Say hi to everybody.
Say hi. Say hello, Ken. He's the best. He's the best. Do not try to hire him away from me. Okay. Right. Okay. We make we do fresh brew our own tea.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, Crystal is getting ready to make her famous bread pudding. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so we make all of our desserts here fresh, and we've actually lucked out here because we've got.
I know you guys can't smell it, but it has a good smell to it.
Yeah. Okay, so this has been in the oven all day, and it will stay there. That's one of our smokers, and then we'll take you outside to show you our outdoor smoker as well, because we actually smoke 24 hours a day here, indoor, and then we smoke outdoor during the day. We get here early, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We start smoking outside as well. Okay, here's Crystal. She is making our famous bread pudding. We actually have an order for 5 trays of bread pudding for this weekend, and that's how good it is.
Because you're doing catering too.
Yeah, and then this is Renee, and
hello.
munching on something. Hopefully it's barbecue.
It is.
And then this is our cold storage. Everything comes in here. We do not have a freezer in this restaurant.
Okay.
Everything is fresh. Everything comes in, and we prep it as needed on an as-need basis.
In Florida, we could cool off in there.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Well, that's called the employee break room.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's technically called a server break room. But
Yes. All right. And then this is kind of like one of the staging areas. We have the sausage in here.
Which I had for lunch, and it was really good.
There you go. We have the ribs in here, the chicken, everything, and then we cut it up and serve it from this area right here. Okay, which is very traditional in a true barbecue restaurant.
Right.
If you don't see the product being served out front, okay, there's a good chance a lot of that product is pre-made and it's not really true barbecue.
Yeah, I did notice him fixing up our order here after we ordered.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Yeah. And right there, that's Thina over there. Thina, say hello to the camera.
hello.
There you go. She's been with me for a couple of years. Renee and Crystal in the back have been with me for 4 years.
Wow.
Okay, ever since we
I think that says something if people sticking around.
Yes, it does. And then we're going to go out here to the outdoor smoker.
Okay.
And this is what we call the Beast.
Yeah, I can see this is a whole trailer.
I had this custom built, and we don't have anything on here right now, but you can see that it's really it's a machine.
Yeah.
And it really does the job. We have a we have a firebox on this end. We have another firebox on that end.
Okay.
This piece of machinery right here, I had custom built. It cost me $11,500 to have built, but it was worth every dime because it does such a fabulous job. And the thing about a smoker is, when you take a smoker from the manufacturer, they've actually got to cure the metal, so they actually cook on it for a couple months before you take delivery.
Okay.
It's not like they build it and then you take it off the lot. It's not like buying a car. If there's no cure on it, you're not going to get a good smoke.
Right.
So, but this machine right here was built by Dave Wynn over in Ruskin, Florida, and he does a fabulous job.
Yeah.
So that's
It looks heavy as hell.
it weighs over 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And then all of our wood that we use.
Oh, yeah, so this is your fuel.
This is our oak. We use nothing but pure oak.
Okay.
And the nice thing about this wood here is we let it soak. We let it soak in water, and for 24 to 48 hours, and then we set it out here and let it dry, and it really gives us a very, very nice even smoke on a regular basis. I've tried every type of wood that there is out there. They're all great. Mesquite is good to smoke with. Cherry's good to smoke with. Apple's good to smoke with. Hickory's good to smoke with. But I want the consistency of one smoke. So we settled on oak 4 years ago when we opened.
I ended up doing the same thing. I do a lot of smoking at home,
Yeah.
and I ended up settling on mesquite.
Yeah.
And it's because of its consistency.
Oh, well, yeah. And, the nice thing about the mesquite too is you get a very, very high burn point with it.
Yes.
So that's very good stuff. too.
My grill is not this big though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna have a lot of friends over, you need that.
Yep.
Okay. So that's pretty much the whole restaurant in a nutshell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the tour.
Yes.
And everything. And everybody, check out the video, the interview that we did, because Craig here has a lot of insights and good wisdom on being a business owner and restaurateur, and has a great concept here. And we talk about that a little bit about the focus is not just the food. And so a lot of people are coming in for both.
That's right.
And so he has, let's call it double attraction.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, okay, everybody, and there's a link in the description. If you're in Clearwater, Florida, come out here and check it out. Bring the family.
Smoking out.